You can hear it on the South Florida breeze. A party is on the way. The beat, the tastes, the people. Don't fight it, because at this party, the rhythm is gonna get you. It's Calle Ocho 2018, and over the next hour, Local 10 will give you VIP access to a fiesta that is pure 305 from one end of 8th Street to the other.
Calle Ocho.
So put on your dancing shoes and get ready to party, because Local 10's Calle Ocho is ready. Are you?
Welcome, everyone, to the biggest block party in the world. It's Calle Ocho on 8th Street in Little Havana. Look at this sight from high above. It is a conveyor belt of people. You just kind of move with the crowd. Thousands of people filling 8th Street for this huge festival.
Not just the biggest party in the world, but probably the most exciting party in the world. New Orleans got Mardi Gras. Brazil's got Carnival. We got Carnival Miami, and the big event, of course, is Calle Ocho, now in its 41st year. You believe that?
Oh, yeah, and not 5, not 10, not 15, but 20 blocks of fun. All fun. 12 stages of music. You got to get your groove on. Yes, and the rhythm is going to get you. And we're talking nearly 1 million people are expected to join the party that got started a long time ago, 1978.
Hello, everyone. We're coming to you from atop the Miami Big Bus Tours Miami. We have a sight of it all. I'm Lori Jennings.
And I'm Calvin Hughes. Thank you so much for joining us once again. And we have somebody special this year who is with us.
The true Cubano, Louis Aguirre.
Aguirre. So you roll your R's. Very good. I'm going to make you both honorary Cubans.
I like this.
You know what?
Soy Cubano.
Right? We are today. We had our cafe con leche. We're
yeah,
ready
they're good to go. They're good to go. Nothing says welcome back to Miami than being right here front and center at Calle Ocho, atop this beautiful bus with this incredible view. It's a party, guys. Now, this is the party.
This started in 1978. Not to date you, but you remember that?
Yes, I do, because I went to school right down the street on 7th Avenue at Belen Jesuit Prep, and I was here for the very first Calle Ocho. I was very young. Very young.
About 3 years old.
I was in Pampers.
Well, speaking of Pampers, we have seen some babies down here. We've seen lots of folks down here on 8th Street. And, of course, like we have in years past, we have you covered. Every single angle of this beautiful, big party is covered for you from Nicole Perez, Janice Fernandez, and Leanne Motorhome. They're all down there, and they are ready to cover the food, the fun, the dancing, and everything we've talked about.
Here's the question. How much trouble can they get into?
They've been
We're gonna find out.
A storm. Let's start with Nicole Perez making her way down Calle Ocho. Nicole.
You guys, I think we are in the heart of it right now. There are so many people, so much going on. I even have some friends with me here. I have Paco and I have Shirley with me. I've even seen some snakes along the side of the street. So if you are heading in this direction, there are local businesses still open. There's so many people, so many friends. I'm gonna make my way around trying all of the food and the drinks. You can see how many people we have around here. We even have security, so don't be scared to come on out here. It's safe, there's police all around. And I'll tell you, coming up, I am going to try the world's best flan, so you don't want to miss that. Take a look at the crowd, take it all in. Janice, what are you up to?
And I am right in the middle of the Cuban sandwich smackdown, where 9 vendors are competing, hoping to get that title of the best Cuban sandwich in town. It's going to be a tough competition. How are things looking where you are, Leanne?
Thanks, Janice. Right now, the stage is set for a croquetazo, a big major league eating contest to see how many croquetas competitors can eat in 8 minutes. I asked for some advice because I will be participating myself. You'll find out how I did as long as you stay tuned. Lori and Calvin?
Oh, can't wait to find out about that. I'm getting hungry thinking about it.
I love croquetas. My grandma made the best croquetas in the world. So
we'll see how many Leanne was able to consume.
Well, you cannot have Calle Ocho without a king or queen of Carnival. And this year is a Latin music superstar. Someone over here knows very well, Carlos Oliva.
Yes, and Oliva. Oh, I mean, my goodness, he arrived in Miami. It was 1961. He became one of the first to bring the Miami sound here. And the name of his band is
Carlos Oliva y los Sobrinos del Juez. You see, me and Carlos go back, because back when I was a Cub reporter at Channel 51 in Telemundo, Carlos did a show called La Feria de la Alegría, and we shared studio space. And Well, it's a family show, so I'm not going to tell you what went on, but it was a real good time. Very Calle Ocho every day when I went to work, and I have very fond memories of Carlos, and could not ask for a better king. Seriously, he is responsible for the Miami sound as we know it today. So.
But they have had a history of some great folks who have been kings or queens of Calle Ocho.
Gloria Stefan, Andy Garcia, remember last year, the first.
You interviewed him too,
And the very first, Celia Cruz, Azúcar.
Yes.
Come on. Sweet, brother, absolutely sweet. Well, you know, we showed you some of the reporters who are kind of roving around, and I would love to see what they're getting into right about now.
We have to see, because we know it's trouble, and it involves food
but it's fun.
Dancing.
So let's go back to Local 10's Nicole Perez and find out where she is and what she's up to. Nicole.
You guys, of course I had to start with dessert first. We are at Niari's Flan. This is the world's best flan, of course, and I'm here with Joe. He's the owner. Joe, how's it been going? What's going on?
It's absolutely been going amazing. This festival has been the best, really. I love Miami. I love all the people here. This is such a great event, really it is.
So tell me about the flavors you have.
Right, today I brought mango in the middle, I have café con leche, and I have my favorite, my original.
Now, which one do people go for first?
When you're comparing apples to apples, or flans to flan, you go for the original.
I know my dad is super jealous right now because he loves flan. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the original, but the café con leche sounds so good right now. So Joe's gonna get it ready for me. Have you guys had a lot of people coming by?
Absolutely, we're pretty close to sold out, so we've been doing really good.
I think this is the perfect spot to be, you guys. You can go, get some meat, get some filling foods, and then you can come right here and top it off. Take a look at this. There's really nothing better than the original, of course. And then right next to me, there's so many other vendors. You can have a beer with this. Now let's go ahead and dig right in. I'm gonna go. Oh, wow. I know you guys are all jealous of watching me do this right now. This is absolutely delicious. Okay, I'm gonna finish my flan. We're gonna take a walk down a few more blocks, and we'll check right back with you guys in a few. Lori, Calvin.
Nicole, pace yourself. Pace yourself, Nicole. There are 22 blocks of fun. My goodness, she's just getting started. We got started, too. I'm not going to say what we did, but we've been having some fun.
Well, you know, we could tease them a little bit. We could tease them a little bit.
Some fun.
I have one small tease. Lori and Louie were dancing. You know, I was watching. They were dancing.
Well,
they really were grooving.
And it was Michael Jackson. It wasn't even salsa.
Lori was dancing. I was trying to keep up.
No, she could groove, man. She could groove. I've been telling the folks at home, don't let the smooth taste fool you. This woman can dance,
man.
I
can boogie. Hey, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I've been in town a while.
She's got moves you haven't seen before.
A little merengue, a little salsa, you know, and then you have
a little Billie Jean.
Yeah, you have to work off the bistec de pollo and the plantains we've consumed and the mojitos.
It's amazing what happens when you're in the heart of Little Havana. It just takes over you.
Just start eating and drinking.
It really does.
The rhythm, the music, the food, the mojitos. It's a magical combination. We have so much more fun just ahead for you. Don't go anywhere because the party is just getting started. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
That's right.
They're as much a part of South Florida as palm trees and beautiful beaches. But what does it take to make the perfect Cuban sandwich? We'll put our own talents to the test when Local 10's Calle Ocho returns.
Welcome to Big Bus Miami. Hop on board the open-top double-decker bus and head off to discover Miami's iconic South Beach and historic downtown. Big Bus Miami.
Welcome back, everyone, to the biggest block party in South Florida and one of the biggest in the world, Calle Ocho, the festival. Thousands upon thousands of people are packed here on Calle Ocho on 8th Street. Yes, and of course, I'm Calvin Hughes, Lori Jennings, Louie Geary, and Louie is along with us to spice it up this year. You know, bring a little spice.
It's a lot of pressure. I'm the spice. I'm the sazon, we call that.
Exactly.
In this big zarzuela of a TV show that we call Calle Ocho.
There you go.
It really is a mixture of Latin flavors and Latin cultures. We're talking about, it began in 1978 as just a way to showcase Cuban culture, but it has grown exponentially since then. Now it's every Latin American culture even Brazil, and that's a little tease because we had some little Brazil going on earlier today. We're going to talk about that in just a bit.
They had the very first Zumba contest here, and they pulled us all in. We did a lot of firsts this year. It's been fun, from dominoes to Zumba. We got in there. They were dancing to Michael Jackson, believe it or not. It wasn't salsa or merengue, but we just had this fun Zumba time with folks from every culture, and we were really getting down.
Well, let me tell you, this woman was getting down. LJ slayed. She slayed all day, okay?
She put the Thriller in Michael Jackson.
Yes, she did. We were just trying to keep up.
We got nice and sweaty in there, and we have not stopped sweating since. It is certainly hot out here, but the weather has been phenomenal today. No rain. It's just perfect.
Right? What a beautiful day. Cannot complain.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything you need is here. And, you know, we talk so much about the dancing, the music. What about the food? You know, the Cuban sandwiches.
All right, so here's my question. Do you know what goes into a Cuban sandwich?
I know lots of ham. I know lots of cheese.
Yes.
And big bread, lots of bread.
Pickles.
Yes.
And it has to be the Cuban bread.
Yes. And lechon. You need roasted pork and the ham.
Right, of course. Lechon.
Okay. Lechon.
So when you finish the sandwich, you have to go boom.
Boom, just like that.
Let's see what Janice Fernandez did, because we gave her the job of getting into a Cuban sandwich eating contest. Janice, do a little boom at the end.
Guys, I am right in the middle of the Cuban sandwich smackdown. And I'm wearing this apron because I actually helped some of the vendors prepare those sandwiches, sort of. But to be completely honest, I grew up eating Cuban sandwiches. So when I came into this competition, my expectations were really high. They all exceeded my expectations. I have no idea how the judges were able to pick just one winner. Walking up and down Calle Ocho, you can see all the food that makes this festival so popular. But there's one that stands out from the rest, the Cuban sandwich.
We're last year's winner.
Were you?
We were.
Okay, so the pressure's on.
It is.
All sandwiches have the same ingredients, lechon, ham, pickles, but trust me when I say it doesn't all taste the same.
We make our own ham. Our ham takes us 7 days to make, and our lechon also takes us 24 hours to make. We make our own pickles, we make our own bread, so everything's made in-house.
Then there's the press. It's not a Cuban sandwich until it's grilled to perfection. Is there any better sound than that sizzle?
Just the sound of you crunching into it.
This is our third contestant. It's a traditional Miami Cuban sandwich.
From traditional to non-traditional, the folks here at Hickory Sticks Barbecue know how to add a little extra flavor.
This smoked beef brisket as opposed to ham is a non-traditional Cuban. You get a nice, good, different taste, good smoked beef taste as opposed to ham.
And this competition is so popular and getting so intense that there's actually a team from out of town. They won their competition in Central Florida, and they're hoping to show up these Miami competitors. Jesus Bentinez came all the way from Kissimmee to compete in today's competition, and just like all the people competing, he has his own special technique.
It's a different style. It's just a unique style. Then what I'll do is 15-pound weights.
Bentinez believes his sandwich stands out, even though he's a Puerto Rican making Cuban sandwiches.
I love my Cuban people too, so don't get me wrong.
Hey, you know what? I always say I'm Cuban, and Cubans and Puerto Ricans, we're like cousins. We're right there.
Right, exactly.
That just a snippet of the competition.
This is contestant number 1. We're taking a presentation, flavor, of course.
The judges have some tough decisions to make.
Perfection. I have absolutely no idea. This is number 1, and I've got 9 more to go.
Yeah, so those judges, a really tough decision. And there was a bit of a technique. Those judges had to follow a checklist, not only about how those sandwiches tasted, but they also had to judge on the appearance, the presentation. So if you can believe it, there is a winner, but I'm gonna hold that information. I'm gonna let you know a little bit later on in the show who ended up winning that title. Back to you guys.
We're all in suspense. Janice, thanks a lot for that. And of course, Calle Ocho and Carnival could not happen without the Kiwanis Club of Little Havana. And so we are going to talk a bit more about that.
And joining us right now is the president of the Kiwanis of Little Havana, Jesus Lebeña. What a huge task you have at hand here. How many Kiwanis does it actually take year-round to get this together?
Well, thank you, Lori. Thank you, Calvin, for being here in Calle Ocho. It takes over 100 Kiwanis to put the largest Hispanic block party in the United States together. And we've been doing it for 41 years, so we're very proud of this event.
Jesus, and people focus on the party, but there's a whole lot more that goes on behind the scenes in terms of what you all do. And and the money that's raised too as well.
Well, we're all volunteers, and the reason why we do this event is to raise funds for our community, to help the underprivileged families and children of our community through our scholarship programs, through our sports leagues, just through our educational programs. That's why we do this. That's why we dedicate countless hours to support our community.
How far did you go back? How many years?
I've been doing this for 20+ years.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Yeah. Do you remember when it first came to Miami?
I remember. I was born, within that time.
Yes.
So I do remember, and it's grown so much. It's just nice to see all these countries coming together, being represented here, people dancing, just so peacefully, having a great time, eating lots of food. It's a celebration of so many cultures, so many countries.
And I'm going to put you on the spot here. Do you have a favorite king or queen of Calle Ocho?
Oh my gosh! Listen, we've been so fortunate to have the best in the industry represent the Kiwanis Club in Carnival, Miami for so many years. So we're very proud of that legacy.
Starting with Celia Cruz.
Starting with Celia Cruz, Desi Arnaz.
Yes.
Andy
Garcia.
Gloria Estefan, Andy Garcia, and this year Carlos Oliva, right, the godfather of the Miami sound. He's influenced so many artists in the world, and we're very proud to have him as our king.
Well, you should be proud. Jesus Lebeña, the president of Little Kiwanis
Thank
in
you
Little
again.
Havana. Great job.
Thank you.
Enjoying it.
All right, now we're going to take you back out to Nicole Perez. Let's find out where she is right now. She's sort of roving the streets here. Let's see what she's up to. Nicole.
Calvin, you guys, I walked a couple of blocks and I stumbled upon so much. So I started with dessert. So now we have some real food over here. We have arroz con gris, yuca, we have arepas, we have piña coladas, but then we also have our own concert. So check out that stage. There is so many people. I thought there was a lot more people where we were, but just walking a couple of blocks, it's like our own private concert. And again, I'll mention it again, we have security, so we are safe. But I want to show you this gas station that is right in the middle of everything, but they have turned the gas station into a mini mart. So if you can sort of see that sign there, it says 16-ounce Corona E-All. So this gas station has turned into a shop for Coronas and everything else. So you can imagine the crowd has gathered around this area to not only get a spot for their concert, but also hop into that gas station and get a beer. No, there are no cars around here. It's just a whole bunch of people and a huge crowd. When I tell you, it was so hard for us to walk through here, but we're gonna brave it, we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna bring you another live hit in just a little bit. I'm gonna send it back over to you guys.
Oh, Nicole, have fun. We'll check back in with you when you make it a few more blocks, if you can.
Yeah.
It is just incredible getting through the crowds. It is so much fun out here, and the weather's holding up, and it's just pure music, fun, and dancing.
And Lori, hopefully she's generous with the Coronas and the mojitos and and all this that she's getting into. Bring some of that back here. I'd like to send a shout out here. The Big Bus Tours Miami. We want to thank you. We're high atop the double-decker here, like we were last year. In years past, we've been at El Cristo restaurant, but this year, once again, we're on top of the double-decker bus, and what a great place to be.
And right by the ball and chain, where the Kiwanis make their base, so we are in a great position. We are enjoying sharing this big event with you, the biggest block party in the world. We'll be right back with more.
Ready, set, eat. It's time to stuff our faces as the Croqueta eating contest is about to get underway. Will records fall before bellies get full? The answers and more when Local 10's Calle Ocho returns after the break.
What a beautiful day. The weather could not be better. The sun is shining and the crowds are here in the heart of Little Havana. Welcome back to Local 10's Calle Ocho, and the party is just getting started. I am so excited to be here with you guys.
Hey, it's wonderful.
It's good to have you.
Louis Aguirre.
Aguirre.
And I'm Lori Jennings. It sounds very boring. Now, I want R's to roll.
You know what? My middle name is Cortez, so Calvin Cortez Hughes. There you go.
I'll be Laura today.
It's kind of hard not to feel Latino or Latina on this day here in Little Havana.
You know, last year a big tradition got started here at Calle Ocho.
Croqueta eating contest.
Uh-oh.
3 words,
As a matter of fact, I think that Local 10 actually owned this challenge last year. Our very own Victor Okenda, who's now with ABC News, actually won the Croqueta eating contest. And as a matter of fact, I think he's got some words of wisdom for this year's Local 10 contestant, Leanne Morejon. Let's hear what Victor has to say to Leanne.
Well, well, well. Leanne Morejon, Victor Oquendo here. Word on the street is that you are trying to beat my croqueta eating record. Look, we're both Cuban Americans. We take this event seriously. We want to make our people proud. So here's a tip before you get started. Right around croquetas 4 and 5, you're gonna start to feel it. That consistency will slow you down. You gotta power through that pain, okay? Don't give up. By the way, in case you're wondering what I'm wearing, I kept the apron from last year. There it is. Also, I only ate about 11 croquetas last year, so I think you got this. Good luck, and tell Lori and Calvin to do this next year. Miss you guys.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, if they'll add up our total, we'd be willing.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
We could each do 8 or 10 and we'd be good.
I think you have to do it.
But he said power through. Leanne Morejon, were you able to power through? How many did you eat?
Well, you're going to have to stay tuned to find out because, wow, what a competition. So many delicious croquetas, but really the idea of having to eat so many in such a short amount of time is really daunting. So I not only wanted to see how they make these croquetas, but I wanted to get some advice ahead of the big competition. The spirit of competition is heating up on Calle Ocho, and so are the Catalina croquetas.
The time for frying is 5 minutes, and the professional is really fast.
It's all in preparation for the second annual Croquetazo, an officially sanctioned major league eating contest where competitors race to eat the most croquetas de jamón, or ham croquettes, they can in 8 minutes.
Last year, a world record set 158 Catalina croquetas in just 8 minutos. Today, that world record is going down, I guarantee it.
Sam Barkley of Major League Eating hosts the event, which he says is unlike any other.
The croqueta obviously speaks to the Miami audience. It's I mean, when I said earlier, we are in the spiritual home of croqueta consumption.
Competitors compete in 3 heats, amateur, celebrity, and professional, with contestants eligible for cash prizes in some cases, and major bragging rights.
Every year we pick something interesting to do together, and this year we're doing this.
And it's your birthday, right?
Yes.
It's part of our bucket list. We did a half marathon last year, and now we're doing a croqueta eating competition, so.
Kind of went the other way on that one, but you know.
Balance.
Yeah, balance.
It's all about balance.
We got to approach each one different.
Michael Rodriguez is last year's amateur winner. He's back to try and beat his previous record. How many croquetas did you eat?
I ate 44 last year.
Wow, so what are we hoping to get to now this time?
At the very least 60.
Looking down at all these beautiful golden brown croquetas, I have to wonder, am I really ready for this? I decided I needed some good advice.
You don't want to go out of the gates too fast early and slow in the back part of the competition. So find a pace, settle into a rhythm, let your teeth do the talking and go from there.
The pro said to halfway through you're going to get tired of watering croquetas, so to flavor your water so that you can keep going.
It's all on technique and what you could try to prepare yourself for it, depending on the competition itself.
So Victor said he ate about 11 last year. Sounds like a big number. Let's see if I can pull it off. But I'm also on board with Victor's idea to have Lori and Calvin do this next year. What do you guys think?
That ain't happening. Sorry,
I'm
grammar
glad
teachers
she left
out
me
there.
out of it, by the way. That's good. It's on you. It is on you.
Hey, man, did that guy say 44?
44.
Yeah, there is no way.
But now you told us lechon is the key to the Cuban
sandwich.
What's the key to the croqueta?
It can come in chicken or ham. I prefer the chicken croquetas personally.
Oh, okay.
But back in the day, because now it's different. But back in the day, the chicken croqueta was my favorite. Yeah.
I have my 2 vegan guys here. I'm a meat and potatoes
I
down.
don't
that includes me, Victor. Hey, I'm out.
They don't make veggie croquetas.
I'm out. So sorry about that, man.
You get the queso, I'll take the carne. Okay.
I don't make the rules. I'm just going along with it.
Right back. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with local 10's Calle Ocho.
Make a
You
vegan
guys are
croqueta.
nuts.
Up next on Local 10's Calle Ocho, she's got it all. The beauty, the brains, and the title of Miss Carnival Miami. Meet the woman with the crown that reigns over Calle Ocho after this quick timeout.
Back out here on the streets of Calle Ocho, I've been going up and down with my photographer, and you would think it's all about the food, but there's one topic that we haven't covered yet, and that's shopping. So I have come up to one of these tents here. There are quite a few. When you come straight to this one, right in the middle of Calle Ocho, there's wallets, there's hats, there's shirts and shoes, sunglasses, belts, really anything you want you can come find at this tent. But there's also a tent right across from me that they sell bandanas, so if you get a little sweaty, you know, you could put one of those on. And of course, there's never enough food, so you cross one of these tents here, you can get some pizza, you can get some pinchos, and then it's been a pretty hot, thankfully no rain just yet, but in order to cool yourself off, you need some refreshments. So if you come right over here, which is right next to me, we have ice cream, and we even have some lemonade. So we can do a little shopping, we can eat a little food, and then cool off with some lemonade. So far, so good. We're gonna keep walking. We're gonna go down a few more blocks to see what else we stumble upon. But for now, I'm gonna send it right back to you guys.
Okay, so far so good is right. Nicole, thanks a lot.
And one of the biggest events tied to Calle Ocho is the Miss Carnival pageant. It was held February 19th, and we have the winner. She is so smart and beautiful. 19-year-old Sabrina Ramos from Kendall. She has been crowned Miss Carnival Miami. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
So, what do you think did it? How did you win?
Well, it was my third time competing in the competition, and I think what kept me going was my quote that says, "Dreams don't work unless you do," and especially what the Kiwanis do for our community. That's what really motivated me to keep on coming back to the competition to win the crown.
Now, you came here as a child, and now to be a winner in this way must be special for you, but you're also a foodie as well, and tell us what you did with the croquetas.
Well, I just finished eating 20 croquetas
today
at 3 o'clock at the croquetazo.
Oh my goodness.
It was, honestly, it was harder than I thought. I don't know how these people do it. The ones that eat 150, that's a talent right
there. Well, you have
there.
shattered the local 10 record of 11 set last year and then repeated this year.
Gosh.
But wow, that's pretty impressive.
But now, for you, for the future, does this mean a scholarship for you in your studies?
Yes, it definitely does. I am studying engineering, so it helps tremendously with my studies.
And who have you met already through all this that's going to help you in your career now? Will these, and your studies, will this be a really defining moment for you?
It really is a life-changing moment. I've met so many wonderful individuals. The president of the Kiwanis is actually an engineer, so it's amazing connections and amazing networking opportunities for myself.
And what else do you want people to take away from this festival, from just the food and the fun and the dancing? What else would you like for people to view this this big party as?
I mean, as we can all tell, we're all here celebrating our different heritage, culture, different communities, and I'm so happy to see everyone just unified and having a good time.
Fantastic.
Unified is great.
19-year-old Sabrina Ramos, congratulations, Miss Carnival. We'll be seeing you all around Miami.
All right, let's go now to our Janice Fernandez. She showed us earlier how to handle a Cuban sandwich. Let's see what she's up to now. Janice.
Yeah, well, earlier in the show, I introduced you to a couple of vendors who were competing in the competition, and I'm really excited to say that the winner of the most popular Cuban sandwich went to Bentonez Bistro to go. And joining me now live is Isaiah. So talk to me about, first of all, why do you think your Cuban sandwiches are the most popular?
Probably because we put our own authenticity into it. We don't like go and buy store-bought meat. We put our own into it, put our own seasonings. Everything we do ourselves.
Yeah, it was so great to see the way you guys made your Cuban sandwiches. Talk about how you press it, because we're talking to your dad and he kind of pressed it very differently than what we've seen in other vendors.
Yeah, probably because just the constant sitting there over the heat, it doesn't really work out too well. So we use the weights so we're not sitting there over the slaving heat, and we're hot enough already.
And something that's really interesting is that you're from the Central Florida area. You won a competition over there. Now you won the competition here in Miami. So what's next?
Tampa. We're going to Tampa next. And that's the big one. That's the one for the all money.
Well, we hope you win there. So far, you're doing well. You got 2 wins under your belt, so let's see if they can get that 3rd win. I don't know how the judges did it, but they won. Their sandwich, so tasty.
All right, thanks a lot, Janice. You know what, Lori? I think what Sabrina said earlier about, the fact that people are unified out here, that's one of the takeaways from this great festival. And it's more than just a party. Scholarships are raised, money is raised, so much is given to underprivileged people and to children. This is an awesome event.
And it's wonderful to see flags from so many different countries. It is just a real melting pot out here. And that's what makes Miami sing and dance. And that is Miami.
We are going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back with much more from Local 10's Calle Ocho. We'll see you in just a few moments.
If you thought Carnival Miami was just Calle Ocho, buckle up. Straight ahead, we'll show you how Carnival takes over South Florida after the break.
Se está poniendo bueno la cosa. You know what that means?
Yeah, no, come on, man. You got to translate, brother. You can't do me like that.
That means it's getting hot up in here. and yes, it is. Welcome back to the biggest street party in the world, Calle Ocho. By the way, let's just give a shout out to the fashion, because the fashion is on point, brother.
The fashion?
Or the lack thereof.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what kind of fashion are you talking about? T-shirts and shorts?
And less than.
We did see a guy with
brother
underwear.
that was just walking in his underwear. Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, you see all kinds here, man.
Yeah.
That's what makes it the most fun.
Family friendly. Bring the kids out. Yeah. Hey, let's give a shout out to the Big Bus Tours Miami. They are awesome. And you know, you saw that street level shot. This is our view, standing high above the street here where all the partying and eating is going on.
House,
yeah,
man. Look, you can look clear down Calle Ocho, all the way down yonder. Look at the crowds, man. Beautiful crowds.
A sea of people, yes.
A sea, literally a sea of people.
Yeah.
And as I said, the fashion is on point.
And we get to see all the dancing, too.
Very entertained. Very entertained.
Clearly you are. You are enjoying this way too much.
This is the best view in the house, man. Trust me.
Yeah, it is an awesome sight. And, you know, we talk so much about everything, but the Croqueta eating contest is pretty on point, too, as well.
My grandmother, Aita, God rest her soul, used to make the best croquetas in the world, and I would have no problem downing 40 croquetas.
40?
Back in the day, in my youth, before I was a vegan. Yeah. So now
we've both been excluded.
Yeah, we have to actually, we have to challenge the people at Calle Ocho to come up with a vegan croqueta for next year, so we can enter that challenge.
Sabrina Ramos told us she had 20.
Oh my goodness.
20.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's find out how Leanne is doing, because she is the Local 10 representative at this year's Croqueta eating contest. How you doing out there, Leanne?
Oh my gosh, it was fun, but whoa. The grand tally for me, 11 croquetas, which means I have officially tied the record set last year by Victor Oquendo, now with ABC News. I think I did pretty well. I held my own, and of course, since this is television, we have the video to prove it. So there I am, happy, still haven't eaten any croquetas at that point, but here you can clearly see I had my work cut out for me. They gave us a plate, it had 10 on them, and you had to eat them as quickly as you could. They gave you about 5 minutes to do so, and like I said, I got through 11. At the beginning, it wasn't so bad. I drank some water in between, I kept a decent pace. Then it started to get a little tough. I think you can see by my face that I was just waiting for that clock to run out. But it was really fun, and I hope that one of you, maybe Louis, maybe Calvin, will try it next year. I'm sure you'll do way better than me.
Hey, no.
Wow. We're very proud of you, Leanne. We're very proud of you.
Can you say Pepto-Bismol? I don't think there's. Is there like?
There's everything else but that.
Pepto-Bismol.
It's called mojito.
Okay.
That's how you wash that down. And there's
like
plenty of mojito to be had here on Calle Ocho.
Carnival on the Mile, great event last
year. Oh, wow. Carnival on the Mile. I missed that. I wasn't here last weekend, but you were there. You loved it, right?
It was an awesome event. A lot of folks came out to say hi to us and take lots of photos. Sanela Sabovic has much more. Let's take a look.
It's the precursor to the big Calle Ocho festival.
Everyone's having a blast.
Let's call it the pre-party along the Miracle Mile. For the past 2 decades, Carnival on the Mile showcases a multitude of musicians and artists. There's entertainment for all ages, and the big draw, why the food, of course.
Now that's a wrap. We specialize in wraps and salads.
So right here we have our arroz con pollo fritter, and that's stuffed with mozzarella cheese, deep fried.
Suka, yes, is serving some really phenomenal raviolis.
All that food and ravioli talk had my mouth watering, so I ventured out to try some.
Dozens upon dozens of restaurants are here participating at Carnival on the Mile, the Cork and Fork tent, and I've never had pumpkin ravioli before. Let's see, let's check this out.
And if you want a dessert, you're in luck. No calorie counting here. If you showed up for alcohol, you got your own special glass to fill up wines served from all over the world.
The choices of wine is fantastic.
You won't just find delectable food. Guess who else shows up year after year?
And one photo.
The Local 10 crew greeting viewers and sharing their favorite part of the event.
All-time favorite thing? Just taking pictures with our viewers and our friends and having them tell us how different we look in real life than on television.
This was the first Carnival in the Mile for Weather Authority meteorologist Luke Doris, and Andrew Perez showed him what not to miss out on. A South Florida staple, the Croqueta, so Luke dug in.
All right, 1 to 10, 1 to 10.
It's very good. It's very good. I love it.
We need to get that croqueta cake.
It's cold, so I'll give it a 7.
It takes at least 10 months to plan this 2-day street festival, and while it's not only about gathering people for good food and company, proceeds benefit a very good cause, the children and families of the Kiwanis Club of Little Havana.
Honestly, the Kiwanis Club looks forward to giving back to the community. That's what we do. That's why we do this. I mean, it's great fun for everybody, but at the end of the day, it's our means to the end.
Sinella Sabovic, Local 10's Calle Ocho.
All right, Sinella, thank you so much.
A good time was had by all. Yeah, shout out to the City Beautiful. Coral Gables, man. Good God. They know how to throw a party.
Yeah, speaking of shout-outs, we have to continue to shout out Big Bus Tours Miami because they have allowed us to use one of their double-decker buses for us to be high above the street party that has attracted so many people.
It is the best view in the house, and right now there's a beautiful breeze blowing, and it's just heaven up here right now.
It really is.
The only thing that could make it better is some vegan croquetas and some mojitos. Yeah. And then this would be the perfect hangout right now.
I have seen a different side of you today.
You have, right?
The dancing. I haven't seen you groove like that.
I'm sorry. I apologize. You cannot unsee that. You cannot unsee that.
You were great. You were great. Sometimes you were great.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
No, and the dominoes thing, you were working it. I didn't realize you had a dominoes game.
I'm very competitive when it comes to dominoes, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw the hand movement.
Oh, yeah, I throw down. I get very into it. It's all in the body and the way that you throw down the domino.
I didn't see you, hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the salt guy.
All right. You got it working, man.
We have a lot more fun sticking around.
Lori's coming back to tame him.
Coming up, the party continues as Local 10's Calle Ocho heats up with the best yet to come. Stick with us. We're back after the break.
Welcome back, everyone, to the biggest block party in the world. It's Calle Ocho. It is so much fun this year. Great weather, great food. I'm Lori Jennings.
And I'm Calvin Hughes. Thank you much for being with us once again.
And I'm Louis Aguirre, and I just feel honored to be invited to the party. So thank you both for having me. This is so special.
Hey, this is great.
Lori is back to tame you. You've totally gotten out of control, Louis.
You let the genie out of the bottle. I warned you. I warned you against doing that.
I'm just here because, I went to try one of those Cuban sandwiches so I could relate to Janice Fernandez because she's been out there truly eating so many of them. Janice, what are you finding?
Let me tell you, it was such an exciting day. I had so much fun hanging out with these vendors. It takes a lot to put this together, though. So right now joining me is the founder, the organizer of the Cuban Sandwich Festival. This is Victor. How did today go?
Really good and successful, and we had a really good time today.
Are you always so impressed by all the talent? Because it really takes a talent to make such delicious sandwiches.
Yeah, it's not easy to make a Cuban sandwich. It's an art form. It's an art form.
So I know that this is the 4th year you've been here at Calle Ocho, but you've been doing this for a while. So the big competition's coming up in Tampa. Talk about that.
Yes, the International Cuban Sandwich Festival, big smackdown will be in Tampa, March 30th through April 1st this year.
And that's going to be huge because that is an international competition, if you can believe it. Thank you so much. We had so much fun, and I have to say, after eating all those Cuban sandwiches, I could not pick a favorite, but I do know this, and that is I'm very full, and I desperately need a nap. So I'm going to send it back to you guys.
We can relate. We were too busy doing so many other things earlier. We did not have a chance to really dive into some of the food that she's talking about, but we know it's out here for some of these people.
There's plenty of food to dive into.
Yeah, and we managed the bistec de pollo, the plantains.
Yes, right.
El arroz con frijoles.
That's what I had. It was delicious.
Right?
Yeah.
It really is
We did a number on a few things.
Yeah.
And we even got to play some dominoes in between.
Yeah, that was fun. By the way, Lori won. Did I give it away?
I had a good coach over
Lori
my shoulder.
and Calvin,
Now,
as a matter of fact.
guess who was sitting next to her?
As a matter of fact, the dream team pulled through.
It was fun.
I was very impressed.
We had no idea what we were
That's
doing.
why you won.
And right over there, we are right near Domino Park, where all those Cubanos, they come together, the men, women, they play, and it was so much fun. They actually put up with us newbies, and they taught us a few things.
You guys were great. I was very proud, very impressed.
And they just turned the music up. I mean, the music, it is pumping.
I mean,
it is pumping
everywhere.
through your chest out here.
Yeah. And, you know, and I know folks at home, when they're watching this, it's winding down. The party is winding down. But there's so much history, so much richness. And what I loved most of what Sabrina said was so much unification. So
Yes, that's what it's about. Really a celebration of culture, because we all come from the same place, right?
Amen.
Yes, and we are all here celebrating.
We're all here celebrating.
Beautiful
That's
Miami.
the most important thing.
And we get to be atop a big bus tour, a big red bus, and we love it because we have a bird's eye view, and we're sharing it with you this whole hour. Come right back with more as we celebrate Local 10's Calle Ocho.
Straight ahead, we'll put a wrap on this year's Calle Ocho and take one last stroll down 8th Street. Don't move. The gang returns after the timeout.
Welcome to Big Bus Miami. Hop on board the open-top double-decker bus and head off to discover Miami's iconic South Beach and historic downtown. Big Bus Miami.
Welcome back to Local 10 Calle Ocho. You have a beautiful bird's eye view of the Channel 10 dancers right there by our tent. All of the Local 10 news team have been here all day. We've enjoyed meeting each and every one of you. That's been the best part.
Hey, it really is. And we've got our Local 10 dancers. They are salsaing and merenguing.
They've not stopped all day.
Oh, they are moving. And that's really fun to pull everybody in.
And needless to say, we can all learn a thing or two from those dancers.
Those are some dance
Not
goals
you.
for next year. Dance goals, right?
There's a hashtag dance goals.
Well, it's a little hard to dance when you're full of croquetas and Cuban sandwiches and arroz con pollo and the pina coladas in the actual pineapple.
Right.
Fun.
And we needed more mojitos. That would have improved the dancing 100-fold.
Hey, man. Hey, anytime you talk mojitos, I am there.
Exactly.
But I still won't be able to dance like that.
Nicole Perez, you know how to dance. You're a true Cubana. Take it away.
You guys, I do know how to dance, but I'm going to bring you something a little bit original. I know you guys mentioned those pina coladas, but I've got some all-natural juices for you. This is Dr. Spice, and he has been making these absolutely delicious juices. Dr. Spice, you were telling me that it's all natural, no sugar, no water, just the fruit. So we have a super long line waiting. He's got pineapple, he's got sugar cane. I even saw some mango back there. I jumped the line just a bit just to get my taste at this too. But all of these people are waiting here for their juice. They're so excited. It's so hot out here. It's nice. It's a great time for some refreshing, all natural juices. I'm having a great time out here, you guys. I'm going to send it right back over to you.
Okay, Nicole, have fun out there. Oh, it has just been a perfect weather day.
How much fun have we had today? Come on.
Way too much.
It's been great.
Yeah.
And it's your first time now since you were a kid.
Well, since I was a kid, it's been a minute, but it's so great to be back. It's funny, it's like riding a bike. You don't forget how. You know, it's very easy to get in the swing of things here.
For you, yes. And you know, what's interesting is that we kind of teased Louis all week long about bringing the spice today. Yeah. Don't you think he brought the spice? He brought the spice.
That's up to you.
He brought the flavor.
I was just honored to be here with both of you on top of this beautiful bus, and this has been a hoot from start to finish, really. Yeah. I can't believe it's near the end.
I know. But we get to enjoy again next year. We're here with you every year for this amazing block party. It is the biggest in the world. It's something that identifies Miami, and it is something we're so happy to bring you on Local 10.
One more shout out. Big Bus Tours Miami.
Yes.
Thank you once again for allowing us to be on this double-decker bus. We have the best view of anybody out here.
And thank you, South Florida, for making this celebration of life and culture so much fun. Yes. Let's do it again next year. I'm Louis Aguirre.
I'm Lori Jennings.
And I'm Calvin Hughes. We hope to see you right back here for Local 10's Calle Ocho 2018. We'll see you next year in 2019. Yes.
Hasta luego.
Have a wonderful night.